Hello Aquarius, Elsie here to do your reading. It is for the week ahead, my friends. How are you? Thank you so much for clicking here. I do appreciate you. Aquarius, I'm here to do a reading for the week ahead. If you've been here before, if you're the ride or die, you know how I read, right? So I'm always reading for the week ahead. Whether you find this reading today, tomorrow, or next year, it's always going to be for the week ahead. So some things happening in the week ahead, right? Namely, we do have a full moon happening on the 17th of September, but we also have an eclipse happening on that day. It is a partial lunar eclipse in Pisces. So this eclipse is, of course, going to affect everyone, including you, Aquarius. And it is a time, eclipse season comes around, it's a time for things to quickly move in a different direction. Like it can be that. It can be a person that you've been talking to for years, all of a sudden, boom, the friendship is done. Like it feels like during an eclipse that it's like expect the unexpected. Anything could happen here, Aquarius. So let's find out what's going on in the week ahead for you, Aquarius. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. We will use a couple of oracle decks. We've got the oracle decks on deck here, and then we're going to use some tarot cards, and then we're going to clarify those tarot. Let's find out what's going on for Aquarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. We've got emotional loss. Yeah, we've got card number 5. It is a little bit of lack. Emotional loss. It does feel like in the week ahead for some of you, not all of you, that you will be experiencing some sort of loss that I feel is going to really affect you in an emotional way. We do have the universe. Look, something is wrapping itself up here. Something is wrapping up, Aquarius, and it feels like you're going to miss whatever it is. It feels like there is something that's going to happen here. The universe card, of course, is the world in this deck, which is the psychic tarot. And when the universe shows up, it is the end of the life cycle, right? And I'm not saying the end of your life, but the end of the cycle in your life. Many of us go from the Fool to the world card many times in our lifetimes. And so I feel like something is ending. You're closing a door on something, but understand, please, that this is like an accomplished thing. It's a milestone. Like it feels like it's something that I feel that you're going to be sad that is leaving, but you do have to close the door. Bottom of the deck, there is a new beginning, and it's the only reason that the world card shows up is when a cycle or a chapter is coming to an end, and then we go back to zero, right? Once we go to 21, we go back to zero with the major arcana, and it is some sort of new beginning that is showing up in the future here for you. The only time things go, the only time they leave is when other things need to show up. We can't keep all of those souls in the soul room, right? Let's find out what else is coming up for you, Aquarius. Tell me more about Aquarius, please. We've got TikTok. It is divine timing. Look, everything's pointing to a place where it's just time, Aquarius. It's time for some sort of a change, and it's going to create a little bit of chaos for you. I'm just going to say it's the only time it really causes chaos is when you push against something that is pushing against you. So if you are trying to stop somebody from leaving your life, or you're trying to stop this door from closing, that's when it becomes a little bit of chaos and conflict. We do have card 33 here. So you might be seeing threes. And if you are, it's 3, 3, and a 3 is here. This is, when we break it down, it goes back to just the 3, right? It's card 30. So TikTok to me is the card in this deck, the Wisdom of the Oracle. That is the divine timing card. It does feel like we are, things have to move on here. It feels like something that maybe you've been holding on to, possibly, that you didn't want to let go of. I feel like you're going to have to let go of it, and I feel like it's kicking and screaming, to be honest. We've got chop wood. It's going to be hard to let it go. Chopping wood is hard work, right? I feel like the door is open for a reason, though. I want to say that that you're open to allowing other things to arrive, which is the new beginning here. But we do have card number 6, so it's 42. It's card number 6. It is reciprocal energy. I feel like there is going to be some new beginning here, but in order for you to be able to have a new beginning with new energy, you must get rid of the old energy. We do have To the Sea. Card number 7, that is, 7s are about heaven for me. This is, again, it's telling me that you're kind of lost in your emotions, or you feel like you are. Milk and honey tells me that things are going to turn out the way that they should, because everything's great at the end of the rainbow. The rainbow usually tells us that the hardship is over, the hard time is over. So I feel like it's going to be hard work to start this new beginning here for you, but I feel like it's going to be something that that is going to happen. When the World card shows up, when the major arcana show up, you just don't have much of a choice other than to react or respond. All right, let's get to some tarot. Aquarius, if you're interested in joining our membership area or you're interested in a discount on a private read, please look at the pinned comment below this video. Tell me about emotional loss for Aquarius, please, in the week ahead. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. Tell me about emotional loss. We do have the Four of Wands. For some of you, it could be the roommate moving out. It could be the roommate just showing up and saying, look, I found another place to live. You're going to have to deal with rent on your own this month. For others of you, it could be an emotional loss in your family. It could be, and I feel like when it says emotional loss, I feel like it's going to make you feel some type of way, right? It feels like it is something that is going to make you feel upset. We'll come back to the Four of Wands and find out what this is. Tell me what TikTok is, please. Tell me why we have the Divine Timing card here. Tell me what this is, please. We've got the Ten of Pentacles. It is time for things to grow, I want to say, for things to become more permanent. If you are somebody who, maybe you're somebody who is going to be moving at the end of September, possibly. And I don't think you're going to be evicted or anything crazy like that, but maybe you're moving out of a place where you raised your family. Maybe you're selling the family home, or you're moving out of a place or a city or a community where you raised all your children, or you made very, very good friends. It feels like, though, that this was supposed to be a temporary place. And sometimes we hold on to things and we want them to be there forever, but I don't think that this is your forever home. I don't think that you were supposed to have this as a forever home, a forever relationship. If this is a relationship for somebody who's maybe engaged to someone else, it feels like it is an emotional loss of sorts. So you are going to be feeling in lack emotionally in the beginning of the week next week. TikTok tells me Ten of Pentacles is here. It feels like something is showing up that is going to be very long-term, longevity. For some of you, it might be time for the promotion or time for the raise. It feels like the Ten of Pentacles is about longevity, right? It could be the raise or the promotion here, but it also could be a new relationship that's coming in, possibly. This could be a relationship that you've ended, and this could be a relationship that's beginning. We're going to clarify and see exactly what's going on. Tell me about the universe. There is something that is ending here. What is this? Tell me about the universe. It's the World card. We've got the Sun. I feel like you're going to know the reason why things have to be the way they are, Aquarius. This is a breakthrough or a realization. So I don't think this door is being forced shut. I feel like it's your choice. I feel like because the Sun is here, it spreads light to the whole idea of the reading. And so I feel like you see that there is something here that is supposed to be coming in divine timing. And I feel that you know this is probably very close to you or in the distance, like you feel it. But it also helps you understand, like a breakthrough about why this had to end. And I feel we're looking at this. This is either a karmic relationship or something where there was stability and no longer, or this could be the sale of a family home. You could be moving from your community. Possibly you were engaged to someone and now you're not going to be engaged anymore. Tell me about the chaos and conflict, please. We've got King of Cups. So the chaos and conflict comes from emotional things, right? We've got emotional loss here. Tell me about the Four of Wands and the emotional loss, please. We've got the Four of Pentacles in the reverse. We've got the Seven of Cups. highly emotional, overly emotional. And we've got the Queen of Cups. The Fool is in the reverse. I feel that this does feel like a friendship or a love relationship. It could be a family relationship. We do have the Queen and the King. To me, the Queen and the King of Cups are mom and dad. So it feels to me like, for some of you, it feels like you possibly are selling the home and moving away from your parents. You could be moving away from your city to another state, across the world, wherever it is. It feels like it's going to be a hard, confusing time for you, because you know that it's time to carry on. You might be leaving your parents' home in order to be in a home with somebody else. Maybe you're getting married. Maybe you're engaged. The Four of Pentacles in the reverse is being very vulnerable to your emotions. So I feel like you are vulnerable to the confusion here, that you're trying to understand it. It does feel like you are dealing with it in a very compassionate way, that you need to pull away from a home or pull away from your parents' home, possibly. But it feels like this could also be a karmic relationship that you've decided is not working for you, Aquarius. Take it as it resonates for you, right? I'm reading for a lot of energies. And so it's not just always going to be one thing I'm talking about. So I want to say that the Queen of Cups here is quite confused about why this is happening at this time. And I feel like it's hurting you to have to leave this place, selling the family home possibly. I feel like there's an emotional loss. You're probably going to be parting from somebody that you love a lot, someone who loves you a lot. And it feels like they might be older than you, or they might be a mother, a matriarch, older sister, something like that. But it definitely could be that you're in love with this person and you've decided that we've got to move away. Like we've got the King and the Queen here, right? These two people, if they're not your parents, could be soulmates. And that we are getting together, and I've got to sell the house. I've got to get out of the apartment. I've got to sell the condo. Tell me about the Ten of Pentacles, please. We've got the Two of Wands. We've got the Eight of Swords. And we've got the Empress in the reverse. It does feel like it has something to do with money. It feels like there's something that's being prepared that you don't see. It does feel like you feel that you're not going to get the position, get the money wherever the money's coming from. Maybe it's a loan, maybe you're selling something, maybe you're selling a house. Take it as it resonates. But it does feel like I feel like it's going to pay off really well for you. I feel that the Eight of Swords is here and you feel like your hands are tied, or you're thinking obsessively about when this is going to happen or if this is going to happen. So it feels positive, I want to say. It feels very positive that a moment of alchemy is coming that is going to pull you out of the Eight of Swords. We do have the Empress in the reverse. It feels like somebody here is maybe having a hard time financially. The Queen of Pentacles is, of course, part of the Empress energy, but the Empress in the reverse is not necessarily in the most abundant state, right? I always say that when the Empress or the Emperor show up in the reverse, it's because one of the queens or one of the kings is out of whack. So somebody here I feel is having either a hard time financially, because it feels like an obsessive thought about the Empress being in reverse, which is no abundance, not being attached to, not being connected to my intuition, not feeling like I can do it on my own. I feel like I don't have any independence. So it feels like there is something, it almost feels like it shows up in the nick of time, is what I want to say. The Two of Wands tells me there's some preparing going on behind the scenes, and that somebody is about to turn their back on something that is going to be beneficial to you. So this, again, going back to the workplace, right? For some of you, this could be somebody who is your boss or your boss's boss, or somebody who got the job and you want their job. They could be leaving the workplace and you could be taking the job, which would end up for you being a promotion or a raise. But I feel like whatever it is, it comes in the nick of time, because it does feel like here that the Empress, if that is you, the Empress is Taurus and Libra, but if the Empress is you, if you are somebody who's usually very balanced and solid and into growth and creation, if that is you, it feels like right now you're kind of out of sorts and you're waiting for something. It's like it's coming in perfect time, I'm going to say. So you might be worried about it at this time because of the 8 of Swords here, but I feel like the 10 of Pentacles is being prepared behind the scenes by the universe to be brought to you. Tell me about the Sun. It feels like you understand now why the universe is here, why the World card is here, why we're at the end of the cycle, why things have to end right here. Tell me about the Sun, because the Sun is a breakthrough. It's a realization. It's also a bunch of happiness. So you're going to be happy to close this door. Tell me about the Sun. We've got the King of Wands. We've got the Knight of Pentacles. And we've got the 9 of Pentacles. I want to say that once you realize or see it, or the breakthrough comes, it feels like there is quite a confidence here that I knew it. I just knew it. Like it almost feels like your intuition is saying, I knew somebody was going to step forward and offer it, or step forward and help me. We do have the King of Wands here. We do have the Knight of Pentacles and the 9 of Pentacles. You can see there's 10 here as well. So it does feel for some of you that it is something that is long-term that is ending, but something that is long-term is beginning as well. It feels like you're really confident in the situation with the Sun out. You have a breakthrough. You realize why all this is going on and why the door had to close. The King of Wands to me is somebody who steps forward or who is inspired to come forward. And I feel like the King of Wands is going to be a big player in your life in the week ahead. Now, they don't have to be an Aries, a Sagittarius, or a Leo, but they could be someone who shows up to help. Someone who shows up to say, look, we're going to close the door on this other employee. Do you want the position? It's good news, whatever it is. The reason that the door is closing, the reason that the end of the chapter is coming is because it's good news, because something must end in order for something to begin. And for some of you, I feel like it is the end of having to deal with finances that have been inconsistent or really hard to deal with, that it's like it's been your only focus for a while. I feel like this is almost like an exhale. It's like, okay, now I understand why that was happening. And a block will cause that as well. And the 8 of Swords is a block. So sometimes let's just say you're blocked in a relationship and you feel like you can't go any further in the relationship. Well, the universe is waiting for you to make the right decision to get through that block so they can offer you whatever is going to show up next, right? So tell me about the King of Cups and chaos and conflict, because the universe is going to make it so uncomfortable for you, Aquarius. If it's not supposed to be yours, the universe is going to make it so uncomfortable for you to stay. We have the 8 of Wands. We do have the 2 of Cups. And we do have the World card again. You know what it feels like? These two people, it feels like whoever they are, they could be somebody outside of you, mom and dad, could be friends, but it feels like if you're in a relationship right now that is tumultuous. I'm not telling you that if you're in a happy, settled, wonderful, beautiful relationship, I'm not telling you it's going to end. I'm telling you that there are a lot of people out there who are struggling in their relationships and not understanding whether they want to stay or go. And it does feel like, for me, it's these two people here. It does feel like there's a lot of changes coming up in the week ahead for you. So if you're somebody who is in a relationship and it is sort of teetering on the edge of, I don't know if I want to stay here anymore, maybe I just want to leave, it feels like these two people are worlds apart. I want to say that there has to be a conversation with the King of Cups, and it feels like we're going to end this connection here. That's what it looks like. We're going to close the door on the 2 of Cups, and that's going to create a lot of chaos and conflict. But the only time that things must end is because something is beginning. And look there, the authority's right there, the emperor is right there. So I feel like the person that's coming in to help you, if you're the person who is having a hard time with your finances, I feel like this authority, emperor, your boss, whoever it is coming in to save the day, to help you. I just want to talk about this new beginning for a second here. Tell me about this new beginning, because I feel like this is pretty heavy, this reading, but I feel like it's all because you're supposed to have something new here. Tell me about the new beginning, please. We do have the 9 of Swords, the 8 of Cups, and we do have the 5 of Wands. So I feel like you stood here for a really long time in this block, not wanting this relationship to end, not wanting to leave the workplace because you like it, but they're not paying you enough. Whatever it is, the World card is here twice to wrap it up. we've got to wrap it up here, because we do have the Nine of Swords and the Eight of Cups. The universe is here to give you a new beginning, because it's time for you to stop worrying. And I feel like you're up in your head worrying about something here, but it's time to walk away from it and leave it behind. And I feel like the Five of Wands tells me that you were stuck in this position for a really long time, but what you were doing was you were blocking yourself from some sort of a new beginning. We do have the Six of Wands. So whatever the new beginning is, whether it's a job, a new home, maybe you're moving, releasing this relationship, it feels like this boss could be giving you the okay that you're going to be taking the position of somebody who's retiring or leaving or who has quit. It feels like whatever it is, you are going to have victory after a hard time. So this whole reading is a little bit tough, but the Six of Wands is here. And if the Six of Wands is about coming, having victory after a fight or after being at war, and it feels like that you were kind of at war with yourself, holding back because you didn't want to let the situation go. But sometimes by not letting go, when the universe knows that it's over, we block ourselves from our beautiful new beginnings here. And so I feel like there is a new beginning coming, one that is going to stop you from worrying, one that is going to make you feel victorious. You go from this place of the Five of Wands and holding back to the place of Six of Wands, which is the victory. Bottom of the deck, we do have the Devil. We do have the Devil, and we have the Knight of Wands. So I do feel that something happens really quickly here, and for some of you it is in the workplace. For some of you it's somebody who shows up and wants to work really hard on some type of deep connection that you have with them. Doesn't have to be romantic, but it could be. Depends on your situation. We do have the Seven of Pentacles, and it tells me you've been waiting for a long time for a little bit of relief, which is the Page of Cups, a little bit of good news. That's what this is, the new beginning. So for some of you, as I said, it's a relationship that's ending, so you can focus on you. For others of you, you're down to the nothings in your finances. Money's going to show up in terms of somebody coming to help you, or in terms of somebody who is going to give you a promotion or a raise. So something is coming. I feel like you felt like you were in the clutches of the Devil for a while, but I think things are about to move forward here in a very good way here, because somebody is willing to help you, work on it with you, or give you that promotion or raise. I'm going to leave it right here. Thank you so much for being here, and I'm going to go for now, and I'll be back because I'm always back. Love you guys. Bye-bye.